Good morning. Welcome to the Ahiah Center for Spiritual Living, Pasadena. Thank you for joining us for meditation. I am Kelly Metcalf, a prayer practitioner emeritus here at the center. And today I thought I'd bring back an old chant that we've done before. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. With all the changes that are going on here and in the world and in our own lives, I thought this was a good time to do this together. So we do it for 108 times. If you have mala beads, you can follow along there. If you have a rosary, the rosary is actually 54 beads on the big circle, so if you do it twice. Or if you have fingers, you can count on your fingers. There's 12 sections on our 4 fingers. There's 3 sections each. So you count the 12s on one hand and 9 on the other, however you want to do it. If you do it out loud with me, it's more powerful for you, so I encourage you to do it out loud, and you do whatever is best for you. I thank you for being here. So here we go. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. Even if you whisper out loud, join me. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is God's life now. My life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. And so it is. Amen. Let this truth resonate in every fiber of your being, for it is the truth.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in? Do you ever feel already buried deep, 6 feet under screams but no one seems to hear a thing? Do you know that there's still a chance for you? 'Cause there's a spark in you, and You just gotta ignite a light and let it shine. Just own the night like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're worth and make 'em go as you shoot across the sky. And baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst and make 'em go You're gonna leave 'em all in you're gonna leave 'em all in You don't have to feel like a waste of space. You're original, cannot be replaced. If you only knew what the future holds. After a hurricane comes a rainbow. Maybe the reason why all the doors are closed, so you could open one that leads you to the perfect road. Like a lightning bolt, your heart will glow. And when it's time, you'll know that you just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just own the night like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're worth. Make 'em go as you shoot across the sky. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst and make 'em go You're gonna leave 'em all in So don't let 'em take your life for granted. You're the only one who needs to rule your world. When life leaves you feeling empty-handed, light it up and show 'em what you're worth.
Good morning. This beautiful, beautiful morning. We're a couple minutes early. How are we doing with the live stream, Harris? We're good. Okay. So I think we'll go ahead and get started then. It's such a beautiful, slightly drizzly, slightly thinking it might rain type of morning. You know, sometimes that kind of washes me out, and sometimes it just fills me with energy. Maybe it's the talk today that's got me filled with energy. So I don't know, but I feel good, and it's so good to be here with you this morning. We're right here at Ahiah Center for Spiritual Living, just a block and a half north of Colorado Boulevard on El Molino Avenue. So if you're home watching us, you might still, if you're close, you could still make it down here. We do have a workshop this afternoon with Yoga Nidra with Sky Wong. We love her. I know I do anyway. And so you might think about coming down for that. But whatever is the situation for you here today, whether you're here or at home, blessings to all of you. It's so wonderful having you. And so I'd like to go ahead and do a few introductions before we get started. We'll start off with our music team, and beginning with a new singer who we haven't seen before, Miriam Green. Let's give her a nice warm welcome. And then we have Chris Glick, who is our music director. We have Leon on the bass and Brian on the drums. And I see Elizabeth in the house too. Welcome, Elizabeth. She's part of our music team also. So we also have our practitioner of the day, Kelly Metcalf, who has done the beautiful meditation, the chant earlier. And we will be having her up here to do a reading and invocation in just a few minutes. I also want to say thank you to Harris, who's back there with our live stream, and he's brought his brother Julian to kind of watch and learn. So welcome, Julian. And then we have Frederick in our sound booth here, and we have our ushers and greeters. I see Dorothy and I see Sandra back there, and so it sounds like, I think, we're ready to take off. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Let's do a song.
So we have a congregational for you that Miriam's going to lead us in. If you'd like to stand, please do so now.
All right.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Turn within with me now. In this very room, there is quite enough love for all the world. There's quite enough peace. There is quite enough joy. There is quite enough power. For Spirit is present right here. And Spirit has all these qualities and so much more. By whatever name you call it, Spirit, God, universal life, infinite intelligence, it's all the same one. And it is always present, always has been, and always will be on every dimension. So I give thanks for this truth that we each are unique, individualized expressions of this one. Here to love and be peace and be joy, be power and wisdom, just like spirit. Just as the wave is the ocean and the ocean is the wave, you cannot separate the two. The same is true with us in spirit. So I declare this time together this morning to be sacred and holy. I declare that each of us open our hearts and minds, and the messages, the music, the community, the camaraderie, it blesses us, it heals us, it opens us, so that we go out in the world, beacons of light, citadels of peace, that nobody can knock us down. We come right back up. So I bless this time together. I know for certain that it is a holy place, and I'm grateful for it. And knowing that the law has no power to choose, that it can only act on our word, and it acts on all of our words, I declare this as done, and I let it be so. And so it is. Amen and amen. Good morning, my family. I already did Yoga Nidra this morning and 2 meditations, so I'm a little bit on the slow side. So I brought you one of my favorite readings from Louise Hay. It's from her book, You Can Heal Your Life or Heal Your Body. It's in both of them. Deep at the center of my being is an infinite well of love. I now allow this love to flow to the surface. It fills my heart, my body, my mind, my consciousness, my very being, and radiates out from me in all directions and returns to me multiplied. The more love I use and give, the more I have to give. The supply is endless. The use of love makes me feel good. It is an expression of my inner joy. I love myself. Therefore, I take loving care of my body. I lovingly feed it nourishing foods and beverages. I lovingly give it plenty of rest and plenty of exercise. I lovingly groom it and dress it in beautiful clothes, and my body lovingly responds to me with vibrant health and energy. I love myself. Therefore, I provide for myself a comfortable home, one that fills all my needs and is a pleasure to be in. I fill the rooms with the vibration of love, so that all that enter, myself included, will feel this love and be nourished by it. I love myself. Therefore, I work at a job I truly enjoy doing, one that uses my creative talents and abilities, working with and for people I love and whom love me, and of course, earning a very good income. I love myself. Therefore, I behave and think in a loving way to all people, for I know that that which I give out returns to me multiplied. I only attract loving people in my world, for they are a mirror of who I am. I love myself. Therefore, I forgive and totally release the past and all past experiences, and I am free. I love myself. Therefore, I love totally in the now, experiencing each moment as good, and knowing that my future is bright and joyous and secure, for I am a beloved child of the universe, and the universe lovingly takes care of me now and forevermore. And so it is. Namaste.
Thank you, Kelly. I love that. It goes very, very well with our theme of holy boldness, because if we're going to be wholly bold in our life, then those are some of the things that we should think about, I believe. So I want to go ahead and ask Miriam to come on up, and while she's coming up, I want to remind everybody that this is Gay Pride Month, but even if not, we love everyone, no matter what your race, color, creed, sexuality is. You're all welcome here. And so I'd like you to just turn around and give the people in the sanctuary here a wave, a good Ahiah welcome, and I'll give a nice Ahiah welcome to the folks who are online with us. It's so sweet that you're here today. So Miriam, brand new singer for us anyway, right? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, wow. I have to do that, huh?
Well, yeah.
I know a few of you out there. I see some of my old homies. I'm from Agape. Okay, I'm a licensed practitioner, a master licensed practitioner for some time, and my music ministry is to go around and sing at churches that will have me.
Absolutely.
And thank you for receiving me. Hope you like this song. This is from Jan Garrett. It's called I Believe This Belongs to You. I once heard a powerful story about a man who stood in his truth with such conviction of who he was, he could not be moved. Someone stepped out of the crowd and said, "Are you Martin Luther King?" He said, "Yes, I am." Then the well-dressed man spat on him. Then King took out his handkerchief, wiped the hate from his suit. He gave it back to the man and said, "I believe this belongs to you. See, I will lift you up to do what I can do. I know your heart and I know your pain. See, I've been there too. I will hold you high while you do what you came to do. But I am clear who is standing here. See, I believe this belongs to you." You see, I once had a powerful story that I used to carry around. I thought it was you all this time that held my spirit down. But see, now I know the truth of who I came here to be. You are my angels in disguise and not my enemies. So I thank you for the part you've played in this dance that we've had to do. I give you back your own sweet freedom. You see, I believe this belongs to you. See, I will lift you what you can do. I see your heart and I feel your pain, 'cause I've been there too. I will hold you high while you do what you came to do. I am clear who is standing here. I believe this belongs to you. See, I will lift you up. I will do what you came to do. I am clear who is standing here. I believe it's you. I will hold you high while you do what you came to do. I give you back a love that's real. I believe this belongs to you. I'll give you back your love that's real. I believe this belongs to you.
Thank you, Miriam. That's beautiful. It's a beautiful song. And it's got a great message in it, doesn't it? I think it fits very well into all that we are doing here this month of recognizing the pride that we all need to take. This is Gay Pride Month, but it also is, I think, a month of pride for everyone. We all have things that maybe don't seem to fit into the mainstream so well sometimes. And yet we are appropriately proud of it. And that's appropriate. So, holy boldness. Holy boldness is our theme for this month. And so we get to understand that and know that in a larger, greater way. Each week we just kind of scratch that a little bit more, see what else comes out. And so as Gay Month, I was thinking about some of my own history and what's impacted me along the years. And one of the things that I was thinking about the other day was I was thinking about Harvey Milk. How many of you guys recognize that name, Harvey Milk? Yeah. He was the supervisor in San Francisco. And in 1978, November 1978, he was murdered along with the mayor of San Francisco by Dan White, a disgruntled supervisor who had, he'd given up his seat and then wanted it back. And when the mayor didn't appoint him, he did what he did. And so the thing is that I came to California. That happened late in 1978. I came to California in 1979. And I came here from Idaho, northern Idaho, where I don't think this made the news whatsoever. I don't think it was in a newspaper or anything up there. They would have edited it out for to make sure nobody knows about all that stuff down in California. But anyway, the thing I remember was I came after the shooting and everything, but I remember the trial of Dan White because I remember the conclusion of it, which was that instead of first-degree murder, he got involuntary manslaughter. And he did that on the Twinkie defense. Do you guys remember the Twinkie defense? Anyway, that's not exactly the point, but that's kind of what was going through my mind. And so I looked up Harvey Milk for some of what he had done. And one of the things that's true of Harvey Milk is he was the first openly gay, not the first gay politician in California, because I'm sure there had been many before him, but the first openly gay politician in California. And I think that's bold, don't you? 1978, that was a pretty bold thing to do. Now, he lived in San Francisco, which was a little more accepting. It wasn't like he was in, I don't know, Wyoming somewhere. But it's still bold. He was the first to do it. And one of the things that really caught my eye back then, and this is why I remember this, is he had a statement that he would make. He would say, hope will never be silent. Hope will never be silent. And he would say that in the terms of asking other gay people to come out of the closet, in the terms that we used in those days. I still think it's around, but not used as much, because more and more gay people are out of the closet. And so I think that that's a boldness that we can learn from. We can learn from his willingness to not be silent, his willingness to stand tall, stand proud. And so what I'd like to ask you today if I can get through the right slide. There we go. Is what will you not be silent about, right? What will you not be silent about? This is the picture. I found that picture to be really funny. It's a kind of a bronze statue of a librarian, shhing you. But what will you not be silent about? I was having a conversation the other day with a minister friend of mine, and they were talking about dating, and they talked about the fact that they didn't lead with the idea that they were a minister. That wasn't the first thing that they did. They didn't go on a date and go, "Hi, I am so-and-so. I'm a minister of Science of Mind." No, they waited to let the other person get to know them a little bit without the minister hat on. And I thought about that for a while, and my friend, they're doing exactly what they need to do. And I thought for myself, what does this mean for myself? I'm a minister. Do I lead with the idea that I'm a minister? It depends, right? It depends. It depends on whether or not I think the person I'm talking to will have a lot of baggage about what it means to be a minister that I don't carry around. I'm not, I'm not a Catholic priest. I'm not, a minister of many denominations which would react differently than I react with people. And so I don't necessarily always lead with that with somebody who's new for me, unless they're here, right? I'm a minister, right? And then a corollary to that, I don't always lead with the idea that I follow this philosophy. See, I don't really think of this as a religion. I think of it as more of a philosophy, because I don't believe we have the dogma that other religions, the Catholics and Islam, and I mean, just fill in the dots, right? So I don't really think of us as a religion. I do think of us as a philosophy, but I still don't lead with that for kind of the similar reasons about the minister. If the person's going to hear me, or I think, right, an assumption, right? We all know what assume means. But if I think that the person's not going to really understand what I'm saying, I don't always lead with that, for sure. So that's a couple for me. What are you guys thinking about? Where could you be less silent? If not silent, but where could you be less silent in your life? What's calling you to kind of be a little more open in the world about who you are, what you do, what you believe, why you believe it? I'm missing Reverend Mike today. I usually pick on him first, right? But what do you guys think? What's showing up for you? Harris, can I pick on you?
Yeah, I was thinking being a practitioner.
Being a practitioner. By the way, let's give Harris a hand. He is, 2 weeks or so away? Is it 3 weeks? 3 weeks away from 20 days. He's got it down. 20 days before his oral panels, which is the absolute last thing that you have to do before becoming a practitioner, being licensed as a practitioner. So let's all keep Harris in our hearts, right, as he finishes out this journey that he's been on for 4 years now, right? 3-4 years. So, well, actually, it's old life, because Harris is one of those fortunate people who grew up in this philosophy, went to teen camp, still goes to teen camp, right? Yeah. So, all right, well, today is, the talk title is Fired Up. Fired Up. And I think that's an appropriate title for Holy Boldness Month, don't you? Fired Up. Well, I think when we're living from a place of holy boldness, then it's natural for us to be fired up. And Ernest Holmes, the founder of this philosophy, he said, you are a spiritual being living in the spiritual universe governed by spiritual laws. And then he goes on to say, that's all true, right? We all believe that, yes? Yeah, all right. So we all believe that, but he goes on to say, the more you recognize and affirm this, the more you will ignite the divine fire within you and live a life of boundless energy and joy. Wow, isn't that great? He's pointing the way for us to understand and to know how to step into that holy boldness, how to ignite your life with fire, right? And that's how we get fired up. And so it's all about spirit, like everything else in our life. It's really, truly not about us. We say it, we mean it, right? It is about us, but the truth is when you go another level deeper than us, we always, always find spirit. That's always the truth. And so, why is it that our reactions to life are the opposite? Why is it that so many times we are not fired up? We're actually a little bit bored, right? And in that boredom, in that sameness that can happen in our lives, it's kind of a trap that we fall into. And in that trap of sameness, we become bored and we can become depressed. We see that all around us. There's a fairly recent statistic that says 8.4% of Americans will experience depression in any calendar year. 8.4%. That's about 20 million people. 20 million people every year, and not the same ones, by the way. So it's not 8.4% are chronically depressed. It's that, over time we tend to dip into that and hopefully come out on the other side. I know that in my lifetime I can count 2 short periods, thankfully, of really feeling depressed. And so what do we do? Sometimes when we're there, that's a little hard. It's hard to get fired up right then, right? We need some help, maybe. But what do we do in order to not fall into the dip? What is it that we can do? Well, there's lots of reasons why we don't, stay high. But as we come down, start to feel like we're coming down somehow, I want to give you a suggestion for what to do. So I have an acronym today. It's called FIRE, right? And so FIRE stands for Fiery Integration of Radiant Energy. Now, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Fiery integration of radiant energy. But just think about it from a word-by-word perspective. The F is for fiery. Well, what gives you that fire? Where do you get that fire? How does fire come into your life? How do you feel yourself to be alive? How do you feel yourself to be bold? How do you feel yourself to be all fired up? Well, for me, anyway, it's that passion that shows up in my life. Do you guys have something you're passionate about? I hope, right? Not for me, okay? Yeah? Something that you're passionate about in your life. And so whatever that is, even if it's been a while since you've really felt passionate about it, what I want you to do is I want you to think about that fire that comes with that passion. What's the source? The source is spirit. The source is this life, this passion that lives within you, the energy and the power that God is to create something in this world that is not boring, that is not ho-hum. We have that power. We have the power to create constantly out of this life that spirit is that just says yes, right? It only ever says yes. And so we always have that available to us. We have the fire that spirit is available to us right here, right now. And then I is for integration. I have to understand, I have to know that that truth that is of spirit is the truth of me. Everything that is the truth of spirit is the truth of me. It's the truth of you. We get to know that. We get to live it. We get to feel it. And that's where passion comes for, is that integration of the fire that God is with us. And then the R is for radiant, or of radiant, right? And in that, what we're doing is we're allowing the radiance that God is to light the way. Because I don't always know. In fact, I've come to the conclusion I very rarely know. You know, when I'm thinking, I'm a pretty smart guy, but when I'm trying to figure out my path through life, I so very rarely know what to do. But it's okay. It's okay, because I have a shining light that is guiding me. Right? It's right up here on my shoulder. And what it does is not like a lighthouse out there somewhere that's saying, go way over there. No, it's this light that says, there is the next step. There it is, right there. All you have to do is look and take the step. That's it. That's all. Spirit doesn't expect a whole lot. It's not making these huge mountains for us to get over. Sometimes we do climb a mountain, but we climb it one step at a time. And that's the beauty of guidance by spirit, is it's always just baby steps. It's just the next step. And then E is for the energy that God is. The energy that God is always available to us. It's always right here. And that energy will propel us forward in our lives to do whatever it is that we've put our mind to. I've said this before, but my dear, sweet, crazy mother used to tell me, you can do anything you want to do. And for whatever reason, I believe that one. Thank you, Mom. So we need to be asking ourselves then, do you want a little fire with that? Right? Do you want a little fire with whatever you're doing in your life? Take what seems to be the most boring thing that you're doing right now, not right now because you're here and this is not boring, right? But something you're doing in your life after you leave here. What is it that you don't want to do? What is it that seems to be draining you of energy? What is it that you go, oh, God, I had to do this again? And ask yourself, do I want a little fire with that? Do I want to take a little bit of that fiery energy that is spirit and apply it to that thing. And let me give you the secret to this. If the answer is no, then don't do it, right? Go figure out some other way for that to get done. There are 8 billion people on this planet. The things that we hate to do, some people love to do. I guarantee it, even washing dishes. You know, somebody out there loves to wash dishes. I actually don't mind, right? Yeah, I'll come over, wash your dishes. Okay. Anytime. But so often we get trapped into something that we don't want to do, and we do it even though we actually have a choice. There is a way, and if I can't figure out a way, Spirit can. Spirit will guide you. You have that radiance on your shoulder that's pointing one step in front of you. All you have to do is speak to Spirit through your intuition. Just say, you know, God, I'm so tired of doing this. Can you give me some relief? Can you give me a path forward that doesn't require me to do that? I'll do other things. I'll be creative. I just don't want to create here. And see what Spirit does for you. See where that goes for you. And then there's the distractions we have that we do when we're bored. Right? You'll know when you're bored because you'll be doing one of these, I think. Maybe you have another list, but here's my list. Doom scrolling on Facebook, anybody? How about video games on your phone? How about watching TV endlessly? How about drugs or alcohol? Right? Yeah. You know, I've certainly, gotten home well, I don't drink at home because my husband doesn't drink, but I'll go to see my brother and, well, I'd like to say that it's 5 o'clock, but it's usually 3. And there's nothing happening, so what do? We go out for a drink. I love my brother. So, we know when we're bored, we're doing these other things that are distracting us from our boredom, but what could we be doing instead? What could we do? Well, we could find something that we're passionate about instead. And if we don't know the answer to that, we can ask Spirit, what is it that I'm passionate about? That's what Spirit does, is it tells us the answer to questions where? Not in our mind up here, through our heart, through our intuition, through that still small voice that's guiding us. And so what we have to recognize is that we need to add Spirit to our life because there is no life without Spirit. Do you guys agree with that? Yeah. There is no life without Spirit. And so I think sometimes what is showing up for us when we're not feeling all fired up is that we just have not added the secret sauce to the mix. We haven't added Spirit to the mix of that activity. Add a little bit more. Add a little fire to that. Add a little of Spirit to that, the holy boldness that God is, and see what shows up. So, if we're going to get fired up with holy boldness, well, how do we do it? Well, I'll tell you Let me talk a little bit about my own life for a second. I think most of you guys realize that I'm retiring as of July 31st, right? So in July, that's end of July, that's my last day here. And in August, Gabriel and I are moving part-time, probably 6 months there and a month back type of thing, to Mexico. Now, how many of you guys recognize the guy on your left? Urkel. Urkel. You remember Urkel? Well, I was thinking about this. You know, in order for me to do this next part, I have to whine a little bit. And so I was remembering Urkel, and I'm not going to get a place on the Tonight Show for imitations, but, you know, he would say, did I do that? Right? So I'm going to use Urkel's voice for this. You know, I could look at this time that's coming up of moving to Mexico, and I could have a lot of Urkel in me. I could have this whiny voice that's coming out and going, oh my God, all the issues I have to deal with. Oh, I have to learn Spanish. I don't know Spanish. How am I ever going to do that? And I have to find a place to live that accepts Ganesh because the apartment we rented 2 years ago doesn't take dogs. Oh my God. And by the way, there's so much paperwork to do. And, you know, this final thing is so strange, but I won't have things to fill up my time. What am I going to do with all that time? You know that voice. You know, I'm sure maybe you have a different one, but you got that whitey voice inside of you too sometimes. And so we have a choice, don't we? We're at choice. We could either live on the side of Urkel, or we could live on the other side of that screen. That's Jaleel White. Jaleel White. He was he's actually the actor that plays Urkel. Doesn't look the same, does he? No. Well, yeah, but, you know, he looks more confident, more at ease, more friendly, more happy, because he's the one that's sitting back there going, I get to do this. I get to be a famous actor on TV. I get to walk around, well, maybe not everybody recognizes him, but maybe people recognize me. I get to live my dream. It's the same person, just like you and I. It's the same person that's living right here in this skin. And one of them's Urkel and sounds like this. And the other one is motivated by spirit, has passion, is living out a life that's out loud. And so when I'm on that side of the screen and I think about Mexico, I don't hear the whiny voice. Instead, I hear Spanish. Oh, you know what? I've always wanted to learn Spanish. Ever since I was a kid, I've wanted to learn Spanish. This is a great opportunity for me to learn Spanish. And I know for absolute certain that Spirit, that radiance that Spirit is, that's guiding me step by step, is going to lead me as I'm walking around downtown Puebla. I'm going to be guided in each step, and one time I'm going to look up, and that's going to be exactly the apartment that's right for me. And paperwork? You know, I'm just going to walk into that office down there and I'm going to fill out whatever's needed. And all those people who touch this paperwork are going to be divinely guided and divinely inspired to do exactly what needs to be done so that it happens in a time that in Mexico is amazing. And the time I have, oh my God, what a blessing. I've lived a life that has always been filled with things to do. That's my nature. I get to explore a new way of being. I get to see and find a new Scott. I get to recognize and know that I got the time to do whatever I want to do. Which do you want to be? Urkel or Jaleel? The choice is really up to you. But if you want to be Jaleel, if you want to have that energy, you want to be fired up about things, then you have to recognize that Spirit is the source. Spirit is the source of all of that good. And so I have an affirmation for us showing up on the screen here. Let's say it together. I overcome everything with Spirit's boldness. Is that not what it says? Oh, that was last week's. Okay, we'll say this one. The fire of passion fuels my every step. Let's say that again. The fire of passion fuels my every step. So we'll see about the next slide. How's that? So as you go out into your week this week, what I would love for you to consider is to think about, what are you being called to be less silent about? What is it that is about you that you've been kind of putting in the background that actually is a flower that you could show to the world? And then think about that. Let's say this together. Do you want a little fire with that? Say it again. Do you want a little fire with that? I want you to think about that as you're out there in your world today or in this coming week. Whatever you're doing, if it seems a little boring, if Facebook is up on your screen or whatever it is that you do, think about that. Do I want a little fire with whatever I'm avoiding by doing this? Right? And remember the acronym for fire: fiery integration of radiant energy. Just allow that to permeate into your being. And, you know, you have a choice around change. You know, you can either be Urkel, did I do that? Or you can be Jaleel. You know, I get to do that. I get to do that. And wherever you are in this, it's okay. You're in the exact right spot for you. But what I'm saying is that if you're a little confused about any of this, as always, just let Spirit guide you. Thank you. Namaste. And so let's take this opportunity to just do a little bit of prayer to ground in, to anchor in these ideas, knowing absolutely that this life, this power, this presence that I know has fire, has holy boldness, has the love, the peace, the joy, the energy, the power, the creative process that Spirit is. What I know about that is it is all of that, and so am I, and so are you, and so is the life that we're living. But that love and peace and joy and freedom that God is, that's the truth of the very life that I am, the very life that you are, the very life that each and every person here and online and the entire world, that's the truth of them. That we are all the fire that God is. And that fire, therefore, shows up in our lives naturally and effortlessly. All we need to do is just be ourselves, our true selves, our spiritual selves, knowing absolutely that the love and the peace and the joy that God is naturally flowing through us with ease and with grace. That we are, each and every one of us, whole, perfect, and complete at the very core of our being. And so we create from that place. That place is our natural place of creation. We get to live our lives with a little fire in it. And for knowing that to be true, I just give thanks. And I release this prayer to the law, knowing that it's already fulfilled in the mind that God is. And I say life and God are good and very good. And together we say, and so it is. Amen and amen. And so now is the time for our conscious contributions. And so if you're here in the sanctuary, there are offering envelopes in the pews. And if you put your name on your offering, that would be wonderful. I always love to know how your donation is flowing into Ahiah. And then if you're online, there are 3 ways to give. They're shown on your screen right now. You can go to ahiah.com/donate, or you can mail in a check. I always love those little love notes people put in there. Or you can text the word give to 616-229-2225. However you do that, I just want you to know that that conscious contribution that you're giving goes to support all that we do here at Ahiah. Not just Sunday service, but the work that we do out in the community through Friends Indeed and the other ways that we reach out, as well as our children's program and how we support our kids going to teen camp and being here on Sunday to learn a better way, a more inclusive way. And however that is, let's just go ahead and say this affirmation, this blessing together. This gift I give is God in action. I send it forth with joy, confidence, and ease. I am blessed by the law of giving and receiving as I now share my gift with life. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And so it is. Amen and amen. Miriam, you got a second song for us. I'm looking forward to hearing that. What is it?
Well, thank you. And I need you all to stay fired up.
Fired up.
Because you're going to sing with me. Yes. One word, you're going to say yes, yes, yes. So when I point to you, I want to hear yes, yes, yes. Okay? We're not going to be Urkels. We're going to say yes, declare it. Okay? Ready? Once you say yes, yes, yes. Once you say yes, yes, yes. Once you say yes, God does the rest. Now once you say yes, yes, yes. Once you say yes, yes, yes. Now once you say yes, yes, yes. Once you say yes, God does the rest. Now once you say yes, yes, yes. It seems like you're struggling just to make it through. There's not enough time in your day to do what you gotta do. Remember that God is just a prayer away from making your dreams come true. But you don't get nothing No, you don't until you say yes. Yes, yes. Oh, now won't you say yes? Yes, yes. Now won't you say yes? Yes, yes. Once you say yes, God does the rest. Now won't you say yes? Yes, yes. I know you've been trying to find a way to go. And all of your life, you're trying to find that how to go. Remember that you reap what you're putting out. You're gonna reap what you have sown. So keep on keeping on. Oh yeah, and just say yes. Yes, yes. Oh, now won't you say yes? Yes, yes. Won't you say yes? Yes, yes. Once you say yes, God does the rest. Now once you say yes, yes, yes. I know you've been preaching just to find your way. And you can't keep your mind away from yesterday. Remember that no one ever made a life but while living for today. So just keep on keeping on. Oh yeah, and just say yes, yes, yes. Oh, now won't you say yes? Come on now. Yes, yes, yeah. Won't you say yes? Yes, yes. Won't you say yes? God does the rest. Now won't you say yes? Yes, yes. Oh, now won't you say yes? Yes, yes. Just won't you say yes? Yes, yes. Won't you say yes? God does the rest. Now won't you say yes? Yes, yes. One more time now. Won't you say yes? God does the rest. Now won't you say yeah, 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 yeah. Look at my band.
All right.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, yes. So, Milton, would you tell the kids that we're at the end? We're ready for them anytime, but while they're coming out, we'll go ahead and talk about a few things. I got Sky here. Sky, you want to come up and talk a little bit about Yoga Nidra?
Thank you, Reverend Scott. Thank you. I don't know if you've been to any of my workshops, but I'm really excited. This is like, I think, the third one or something. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I'm going to have at least a couple more until August. But I would love if you guys can come, please, because really it's about health and healing and feeling and really about the holy boldness that we are here. And I feel really fired up. I love the theme. So that's why I'm wearing red. There's a lot of meaning to this. So if you can join, please just dress very comfortably, have a yoga mat, wear we're gonna be going through a lot of emotions. So if you're having a lot to deal with right now, just be aware that things are gonna come up, all right? So if you have any questions, please come up to me. If something you've never done before, I would love it if you can join. So thank you so much.
And we'll be starting our workshop at 1 o'clock. So you got some time to mingle and just, be in community with each other before that. And then next week, we have Juneteenth. And would somebody like to come up and talk about Juneteenth? There's Marsha. Look at her. All right.
You know, when I show up, it's like, you talk. Juneteenth, celebration of freedom. We are going to have a party. And that party looks like food, drumming, and Gerald Rivers. And he will talk for us. And then we'll have some work to do. And it's called the Tree of Life. So we'll talk about your life, and you'll share that with people at the table. We're really excited about it. We look forward to you coming. Last year we had a large group of people, and we expect the same. So come along, have some fun, and just join in freedom for everyone.
Thank you, Marcia. And so I see some kids. Let's give them some music, Chris.
Good morning. Just a couple of announcements. Again, just want to thank everybody for all the support in purchasing the sun catchers. We have a couple more left, so we'll just probably put them out in the fellowship hall afterwards. And Alex is going to tell you what the teens did.
Today we were talking about feelings and how they can guide us through life, like what we're feeling on the inside, and how we put it out there can create the life that we live.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Malachi.
We also talked a little bit about feelings. Do you want to tell a little bit about the book?
So it's about a little, I don't know what it is. I think it's a capybara. And then she's mad because she stubs her toe. And then when she's talking to her friend, they cheer her up. And so I drew what feelings look like to me. Yes. Beautiful. Oh, and Miss Susan, she did this for me. It's my competition one. Yeah, which I won.
Just want to thank Miss Susan, who had car problems this morning, but still got here. We just love and appreciate you so much for your dedication. And I think that's it from us. Thank you. Oh, we have an announcement. We have 10 teens going to camp. Yes. We're very, very excited about that.
Okay, they'll be going in July. July 6th is when they leave, and they'll be gone for a week, and then they'll come back to us floating 10 feet tall, 10 feet high, each one of them. All right. So let me get back to a few more announcements real fast. We've got those two. On June 30th, Reverend Nicole, who, by the way, we have been working with. We're still in the last phases of getting a letter of call for her. So the last thing to do with her, if it all works out, is June 30th. She'll start. And on Wednesday, we will figure out if we're signing her letter of call, which is the contract with her. So everybody, this is a special meeting of the Board of Trustees where we'll be going over this. You are all welcome to join us. Go to ahiah.com/virtual and scroll down to the yellow graphic that says boards, right? Because we're not on the regular one because the healing circle is on Wednesday. So, and to talk about her, but she's also, whether we hire her or not, and I think we will, whether we hire her or not, she's going to be doing an Active Hope, a workshop on June 30th that you're all welcome to come. It's a $20 love offering. And then on the 7th of July, we have Reverend Larry Smith coming out, and she's going to be doing a Phoenix Rising workshop. And now, in the newsletter, I said July 21st is my going away party, but actually July 28th is my going away party. We floated around between the two dates, but we've landed on the 28th. So if you are available, I would love I'm sorry? It's just after service. And so after service on July 28th, love to have you there. That'll be my last Sunday here, and I'll be going off to Mexico shortly after that. So remember, we have prayer and conversation on Monday through Saturday. We have the book study on Tuesday, the healing circle on Wednesday. And who are our practitioners that are here today? I know Chris is here. I know Marcia and Kelly are here. I see Myrna, Jackie. I think that's it. Okay, so if there is something heavy on your heart, anything that you would like a little bit of prayer for, just see one of them. They'll be hanging around in this area for a little bit right after service. And they would love to do a 3 to 5 minute miracle prayer with you. And so we also have Ministry of Prayer online. Go to ahiah.com/prayers. We have a weekly, we change the recording every week. It's called Dial a Prayer. It's on our website. And it's also, if you call into our main number, you can choose option 6, I think, 7, option 7, and it'll take you right to it. And we have a new congregational song. You want to introduce it, Chris?
Yes, I'd love to. It's called Tomorrow's Chance, and this is about taking the chance, just like we talked about today. Reverend Scott talked about the fire, the passion, and I'll just read the first lines so you get it. Stand up and sing it when you do. It's new, so. Did I say tomorrow? Why wait till tomorrow? There's no time to wallow, time to take the chance. So this is about taking the chance. Here we go. So we'll do a little intro thing. 1, 2, 3, and. Did I say tomorrow? Why wait till tomorrow? Go ahead and stand. There's no time to wallow, to take the chance. Second verse. Did I say beg and borrow? Why do I feel just so? Why not let it all go? To take a chance. Last verse. Destiny is calling, keeping myself from falling. Spirit is my blessing. Time to take a chance. Tomorrow's too late, 'cause my destiny's calling on me. Tomorrow's too late, 'cause my destiny's calling on me. Tomorrow's too late, 'cause my destiny's calling on me. So applaud yourselves too. And you're learning this, and I think we did a good job.
Yes.
Next week it'll be even better.
That's right.
We'll go out feeling this.
That's right.
Do it
And
now.
this is original by Chris. Did you have any partners in creating this song?
No, just this one I wrote. I actually wrote a few of them, so we'll try to be introducing more. Thank You is another one. About, I don't know, when I started taking classes.
Yeah.
So, we have classes, and we learn about science of mind.
Yeah.
And my God, it's been everything in my life. So I welcome you guys to join, take some classes here.
Yes.
And this was 2009 when I wrote this.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. So let's say our benediction together. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in all of my affairs. I accept it. I am it, and I share it. Just the way it appears and just the way it appears not. Thank you, life. Amen and amen. It's been wonderful being here with you today. We have some coffee and all in the fellowship hall. You're welcome to hang out before the Yoga Nidra class at 1 o'clock. I love you guys. It's been great being here with you. Thank you, and namaste.
Oh, Miriam, thank you. It's awesome to have you.